Oh, snap. What's goody?
What's cracking?
Hey, it's Yoshi So and Joel Byers. What's goody, Hopper at the Verse?
What's going on, beautiful people?
Yoshi and I are here matching in our suburban plaid, is what we will call this, because it's a very special day here. You know, every Tuesday we do this Tight 5 feedback hour, but a lot of people may or may not know that we also do a monthly Tight 5 accelerator course that helps comics develop a tight 5-minute set in just 4 weeks. And today marks October Sesh is kicking off right after this, everyone. So,
October session about that.
oh, you want the ba-ba-ba?
Yeah.
Did you hear that sound effect?
Yeah.
Yeah. So oh gosh, I think we maybe have one spot left. So if you're looking to level up your comedy writing, I put in the description of this live stream where you can go and get that last spot. But I'm super excited about it, and I'm excited
Man.
to jump
It's
in.
going to be good.
You feeling good about it?
I'm feeling so good about it.
I love it.
It's been a good week, man.
Yeah, and if y'all
comedy.
don't know, you know, Yoshi and I have over 20 years of combined comedy experience. We've been on the road together as well, and we just love helping comics. So that's why we do this weekly live stream as well.
Yay.
Ooh, and look, Hannah in the building. Hannah says hello. Hello, Hannah. Oh, and look, Mitt Wolf is here too. He said, woo, so excited.
Hello, Mitty Wolf.
Aw. Yay! We have an audience. So those of you watching right now, as we're continuing to come on in, everyone. Go ahead and start posting your jokes here. You like that?
Yeah, that Rome, Georgia
That
came
Rome,
out. Come on
Georgia?
in, y'all.
Come on
Come
in,
on
y'all. The
in.
water's
Come
fine.
on in.
The water. Just Big Boned is back. Good to see you, Just Big Boned. It's good to see you, my friend.
Yeah, get in here. Get in here. Get in here.
As people are coming in here, Yoshi, I actually have a joke. Maybe I would like your feedback on,
Yeah, yeah.
And what I'm going to
I'll be
do,
bad cop
you'll be bad cop?
and good cop.
Perfect. So I'm
Yeah.
also going to comment with that link because I realize as comedians here, we like it to be as easy and convenient as possible, which is actually how the Tide 5 Accelerator course came to be, is because comics are like, yeah, we could watch a pre-recorded class or we could listen to a podcast, but like, what if we just wanted one-on-one coaching to help us write jokes a lot faster? So we're like, 4 weeks for a tight 5-minute set. I've been doing comedy over 11 years, and I'll tell you, oh my gosh, if I had that when I started.
Yeah, nobody does that.
So I just pasted the link as well for you peeps to where you can join. And I will pin it to the top of this chat. Boom. There we go. So you can also just click it there if you want to jump in on that accelerator for this month. It starts in less than an hour. So go ahead and save your spot while we're live here. And so my joke, Yoshi, as people come in here.
Hit me.
Peeps,
hit me.
Feel free to post your jokes, please, in the comments here. We want to help you give feedback on your jokes. But this will just be a warm-up round to get Yoshi's brain going. So,
Let's go.
All right. Dog food is healthier than people food, and it tastes like it.
Okay.
But I think it would be in my delivery, because like the whole premise is that the whole premise is that I was starting to notice that like dog food is now like having better ingredients than a lot of people food. Like my dog has these treats that it's literally like 5 ingredients. So a dog treat has like bananas and oats in it, and then my treat has like high fructose corn syrup and enriched flour.
And blue 6 and red 14.
Exactly. Yeah. So I was starting to write about that. You like the premise?
Yeah, I like the premise of it. Yeah. So like, no. I like the premise of it. I like the structure. And yes, I think there's a delivery mechanism, like when you get to joke and it tastes like it. Like you almost have to make that
like it too.
That ugly face, like, and it tastes like it.
Yeah.
And I think there's also, I mean, from a tag perspective, you could be like, yeah, I tried it, just, thinking it'll be better. So there's that angle too of trying the dog food, because you're like, this is meat, barley, wheat. This is all the good stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there's an angle of trying it. I think right up top with the setup, it's got to be a little bit more personalized. Like just saying dog food, like just saying, I went to go buy dog food. I recently got dog food for my
my dog's food.
Yeah, my dog's food.
So
yeah,
my dog's
even
food is healthier than my food.
Exactly. Yeah. So just even adding that little personality to it, I think will help. And then there's also the angle of like, people buy good food, like expensive, like vegan, like very healthy food, like at Whole Foods. Is there a Whole Foods for dogs? You know what I mean? Like, where is that? You know what I mean? So like, I think there's just a lot of angles on the joke itself, but I like it. I think, obviously it could use some work, but I like the thought of the delivery of it. That delivery is going to that's going to make all the difference. Like my dog food is better than my human food, and it tastes like it. Now you get like that, I've had vegan food. It's not great. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Keto to canine diet is another line I came up with. Yeah.
Keto and canine. That's funny. Keto and canine diet. That's
Yeah.
hilarious. That's a funny premise.
Nice. Well,
Yeah,
I was excited about it.
yeah.
All right. Cool. So yeah, I just get wetting our whistle there. We do have a few folks popping in jokes, but I appreciate that, Yoshi. That really did help personalizing it and then finding new tags for it. Yeah. Wow, it's like
Yeah.
you do this professionally or something. Wow. Huh.
Yeah, the joke has pause on it for sure.
Oh boy. Oh boy. I'll let you have that one.
I'm also a punster.
Possum. That joke was possum. So let's jump into other peeps jokes here. This is so exciting. We got people posting jokes. This is the Type 5 Feedback Hour every Tuesday. Your boy Joel Byers and Yoshi So over here. We're here live on the Hot Breath YouTube channel giving you live joke feedback. So post it in the comments and we gonna get to it. This is the Type 5 Feedback Hour.
Feedback.
Live
joke
feedback.
feedback.
Type 5 feedback. Type 5 feedback hour. I could just see Mitt watching this like, what are they doing?
Like, what are they doing? It's like it's the remix to the Type 5.
So, first joke up. Hannah, it's good to see you again, Hannah. Welcome back to the Feedback Hour here. You see we got fancy overlays now.
Yeah.
Hannah was in some of the OG Feedback Hours. She's been around for a minute. So let's see what her joke is. What do you call a fake noodle? Impasta.
It makes me laugh.
Yes, me too.
Because I didn't see it coming.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, it's hard to do this on a stage.
Mm-hmm.
This is one of those like very dad-like jokes that'll kill at the HOA meetings. You know what I mean?
Facts. Yeah.
It'll kill like in a group of friends, but in a stage, it's a little tough.
Yeah, it's gonna be like it's gonna get kind of like a groan or something, or like, I see what you did there.
Yeah,
but it's not something that people are gonna see on a comedy special or something like that. It's not something a booker is because that's part of the feedback we like to give is like, you know, as Yoshi and I who have booked our own shows and been booked on countless shows is like, what are bookers looking for? And a joke like this is more like silly, but it's something they could probably read just, you know, on a popsicle stick or something. So it's like, what is more about Hannah? What is personal material? And it looks like she had a joke about being on an airplane with her Nana that may be a little more personal. I was on an airplane with my Nana, and she picked the second row in first class row of the airplane, and the guy in the first row was snoring, and it was so funny. My Nana was laughing hard, too. So it's personal.
It's personal.
I think this is a good opportunity to kind of bring up joke structure a little bit and just to kind of help people who have ideas or have like an experience or whatnot that they're trying to write a joke about. In joke writing, there's a specific structure. There's the setup punch formula. And even if you're watching someone who seems more conversational or more storytelling, like a Christopher Titus, or I mean, a Brian Regan or whatnot, that they're still using this fundamental setup punch structure. They've just been doing it 30 years, so know how to hide the magic trick a little bit more. But
For
definitely
sure.
starting out, the step one is understanding the misdirect, understanding that setup punch joke
Yeah.
structure, which is the setup is setting up the audience to think in one direction, and then the punchline is breaking that direction and punching them in the face, surprising them with a misdirect.
Surprise.
Exactly. So for this joke, right now it's just kind of like a secondhand story of this thing that happened that one time. You know, we need it to be more of like a setup punch structure.
Yeah. It's a funny story and a funny moment, but it's not a funny joke, as there's no punchline to it. But I do like I like the personalness of it. You know, I'm trying to think how would we add a punchline to first row he was snoring.
I think it's
That
funnier if Nana is snoring, first off. I think it's funnier if her Nana is snoring instead of this random third guy. And that's something with joke writing as well, is you have the creative freedom to bend the truth. You know, Sebastian Maniscalco has said that he'll use, like, his neighbor may have said something, but for the joke, he'll say his dad said it because it's just going to be funnier. So we can start to whittle this to like her on the airplane with her Nana who was snoring. So all I could say, if there's like a misdirect or a punchline around her wanting something about a mask, perhaps.
Yeah. I was thinking like Nana was snoring and that wasn't very classy for first class or something like of that nature. You know what I'm saying? Like how snoring isn't classy in first class.
Okay.
And
Hannah said, I tried. I'm sorry. No, don't apologize. No. Don't apologize. No, this is a great opportunity to show, like, to talk about joke structure. So no,
for sure.
Yeah, I mean, what Hannah just wrote is what the majority of new joke writers do. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's part of the process.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Experience, right? But yeah, that setup punchline. And, you know, if we take this and take it through like what assumption do you make when Nana gets, you know, if we were rewriting this and Nana is the one snoring, we might assume that it's annoying. We might assume that she's loud. What else would we assume?
Maybe
we might assume that old.
And I was thinking if like the misdirect is something around how like Nana didn't like her jokes.
Oh.
So she was snoring, and I was like, well, that's the first like snoring ovation my jokes have gotten. Or, you know, I mean, just trying to think of what the misdirect is, you know. So why is she snoring? Is it because she was tired, or is it because she was bored, like listening to Hannah's joke, and now that's like a self-deprecation play that could go on there?
For sure. Yeah. I like that. Yeah, that's a good idea. But it's always about what assumption is the audience making about that situation, about your setup, that now you can shatter, right? It could be your joke that was putting Nana to sleep. It could be the fact that maybe Nana, I even like the thought of that my Nana may not even be your grandma. Maybe it's just a dude named Nana because you didn't really say it here. You know what I mean? Like, so there's other elements of the joke that you can definitely shatter, and that's the surprise, and that's the punchline, right? So, but yeah, it's a good start for sure.
Yeah, and I like people throwing in positive comments here too. Keith saying could be something about putting sleep apnea mask on instead of a medical COVID mask.
For sure.
We brought up mask earlier. Yeah. Sci-Fi said it's a good setup. And he said the setup is the hardest part to come up with. So nice.
Yeah, sometimes it is. Sure.
Yeah, Fat Man saying air marshals kick her off for drunk snoring. Yeah, so there's a lot of positive. Mitt saying no worries. That's exactly why we started the feedback hour, just to give people feedback. So yeah, so I'm glad we started with this one because it's a good example of like, okay, how can we get joke structure around this? What is the setup? And then what is the punchline? So if the setup is about Nana snoring, now what can we misdirect in that setup? We can misdirect who Nana is. Is it really her Nana? Is it really someone she hallucinated while being drunk? Is it really just a guy next to her? You know, is it her teddy bear, her service dog? Like, you can misdirect Nana snoring. You can misdirect why Nana's snoring. It could be, yeah, that she's just tired. It could be that she passed out drunk. It could be that she was bored listening to Hannah's jokes. Like, so what are you
Yeah.
setting up? What expectation are you setting with that setup? And then what are all the different ways you can break that expectation with your punchline? And just law of numbers, it's like writing 10 possible things to misdirect and then 10 possible punchlines, and you'll probably find at least one worth trying or one worth doing, you know? So joke writing is a lot of,
Do it.
it's
Do it.
structure, but also a law of numbers. Just the more you write, the
Yeah.
more chances you give yourself to find that next great joke.
For sure.
Nice. Oh, and DM
Nice.
Court said, is it the pilot snoring? Oh, that's funny.
That is funny.
That's funny. Nice. Nice. All right. Good start there. Yeah, yeah?
Yeah.
You feel
Do
good about
this,
that,
yeah.
Yoshi?
Yeah, I do. I do.
So well done. Thank you for sharing, Hannah.
I appreciate that, Hannah.
And let's get to Just Big Boned. Is Just Big Boned, is this the Aussie? Was he from
I'm not
Australia?
sure.
He
I
was
don't
here
know.
last week.
I remember that we've read a couple of jokes of his
For sure. But all that being said, let's get into it. Oh, Amy Brown said, hi, Joel and Yoshi. Oh, thank you.
Yay, yay.
And now on to Just Big Bones joke. The first time I kissed my wife, she woke up and screamed.
Ooh. For some, like, it's personal for sure.
Mm-hmm.
We know the relationship. I like this. I feel like it's missing a surprise. It feels more like just a situation that needs to be expanded on. For some reason, I'm thinking of like he turned into a frog or something, or he was the frog, or she uh, thought he was a frog or something. Like there's something about frog kissing wife that
Yeah.
you know what I mean? That I don't know. Maybe it might be the missing sort of premise part of this inside the setup too. But yeah, what do you think?
Yeah, and this is a good example of like, okay, we see, and he is from Australia, so
Yeah,
we
yeah.
remembered.
Aussie.
But this is a good example now of like we're going the opposite direction of like, oh, this is like a setup punch structured joke. But when we talk about the misdirect, there's something Seinfeld says about you need that misdirect. You think of it like two platforms, like two buildings that you're jumping from one to the other. And he's like, if it's too close together, if the misdirect isn't that much of a surprise or a misdirect, it's not really thrilling. The audience doesn't laugh. It's not that much of a surprise. If it's too far of a misdirect, it doesn't really make sense. Then they can't make it from one building to the other and the joke bombs. So you need to find that sweet spot. And even though there's a setup punch attempt here, the misdirect, like Yoshi said, just isn't, it's just not surprising enough. It's just kind of like a phrase. You need a bigger misdirect around kissing your wife. So the frog is like a big twist that I think he could do there, you know?
Yeah. As I just read it again, I've been reading it while you were talking. I was like, the first time I kissed my wife, she woke up and farted. That's how I knew it was meant to be. That's how I knew. That's how I knew.
She
We
was
gonna
the
be good.
one. Took my
She
breath
was
away.
the
Oh,
Yeah.
that could be the misdirect. That the first kiss of my wife took my breath away. She farted. I don't hate it.
I don't hate it. Yeah, that's not bad.
I don't
That's
hate
not-
it. See,
I don't hate.
so yeah, that's a good example of like, oh, here's a setup misdirect, but the misdirect, you've got to there's a sweet spot in there that we got to find.
Yeah, it's got to be a surprise that you don't see coming, right? And it's got to be something we didn't expect as well. So yeah, yeah, that's funny.
Nice. And I love other people adding tags in here in the comments. So yeah, please give each other feedback, connect with each other. We're all a community here to help comics get better together. So connect with each other in the comments as well. Share your own feedback. That's what this whole show's about. Cool.
Yeah,
I feel good about that.
yeah, I do too.
You giggling?
Yeah, I'm giggling because everyone, I didn't think about Sleeping Beauty. I thought about sexual abuse, which is what everyone was assuming. And I was trying to play the nice one. I was like, let's not go there.
Oh yeah, I was taking the high road on that as well. We went fart. We went fart jokes. That's where we went.
Fart.
All right. Let's see the next here. DM Court 123. I've been working on a healthy diet that tastes great. I just started copying my best friend. I never realized how much I'd enjoy kibble. Dude, first off, we were just talking about dog food diet, right?
Yeah, we were.
I don't even think DM Court was on the live stream yet, but that's just so funny. Parallel thoughts.
Yeah, that's funny though. I like it. Like, the only thing is I didn't get kibble till you said something about the dog piece. So I think you might have to explain that. Maybe kibble and bits, that I know. Or like, is there like a very pedigree? Is pedigree a dog food?
I thought
brand?
pedigree is, yeah. What's a popular one? Kibbles and bits. You mean like something specific so people know it's a dog food?
Yes.
Yeah. I agree with that.
Yeah.
Just so it's obvious, so the audience doesn't have to connect the dots.
Yeah. But that's funny though. I like it. Definitely a good, very personal, nice little misdirect. I've been copying my best friend. So you assume it's like someone who's human.
Exactly.
I realized how much I'd enjoy kibble and bits. So yeah, that's a solid structured joke.
Yeah, I'm with it. I think it could be edited down of like, I've been, my best friend has me on the same diet as him, or
pretty healthy diet.
Yeah, or a healthy diet. Like I've been working on a healthy diet with my best friend.
Yeah.
I never realized how much I'd enjoy kibble and bits. I think word economy wise, that's getting a bit nitpicky just for the sake of joke structure. But every word does count for sure in joke writing. But one step at a time. He had a setup punch misdirect here. So, or he or she, I'm not sure, DM Court, but bravo.
Yeah.
I'm with it.
Solid.
Yeah.
Ooh.
There it is. Well done, DM Court. Or how about a little?
All right.
There we go. All right. Let's keep it rocking here. Fat Man. Nowadays, I avoid expensive coffee places because the last thing I need is to be broke and wide awake.
I like it. Broke and wide. I mean, I think there's got to be a bit more personal in terms of like, well, I avoid expensive coffee places. I think it's super quick, but I like it. I think it's got to have some more meat around it in terms of like the experience of talking. Like, do you avoid it like while you're traveling? Like, it just needs some more context. But I like the setup and the surprise because
Because
the last thing I need is to be broken wide awake.
it's like, or if I wanted to be broke and wide awake, I'd do blank, or I'd be
Yeah, I'd avoid
somewhere.
expensive coffee places. Yeah,
So
yeah,
there's
yeah.
like an analogy at play here.
For sure. And then one thing I remember, who's who's the black guy that you had on your podcast? Like, who's the black guy you had on your podcast?
Had over 400 comedians on there.
Who was it? He's
Ian
his
Edwards?
son is no, his son is autistic. Um,
His son's
oh,
autistic.
he used to be big. Now he's smaller.
As a comedian?
He's a comedian. He's got one of the most distinctive laughs.
His
I'm gonna
son's
forget it.
autistic?
His what? His son's what?
You said his son is autistic,
Yeah,
and
his
he's
son's
black,
autistic.
and he used to
Yeah.
be famous and now isn't as much?
No, no, he used to be bigger and now he's skinnier.
Oh, someone said Ali Sadiq.
No, not Ali Sadiq.
Bigger, now he's skinnier. I don't know.
Yeah,
Ron Funches?
Ron Funches. Yes.
Yeah, Drew Beekler
Yeah,
came in the clutch there.
yeah. Ron Funches used to on the podcast. He mentioned not using the word because that's much more like conversational. But if you're talking about joke structure, try not to use the word because it's too like righty versus saying a joke. So you'll very rarely hear people say because the point of the joke is to surprise them. When you say because, you're not surprising anyone because you're almost setting it up for the surprise itself.
Nice.
So like nowadays, I avoid expensive coffee places. Just stop. The last thing I need is to be broken wide awake.
Or really, nowadays I avoid expensive coffee places. If I wanted to be broke and wide awake, I'd be blank. I don't know. I would do Coke or something. You know, like there could be there's a silly misdirected play. If I want to be broke and wide awake, I'd take my son to Disneyland or something. Like there's a misdirect going on there, and I think taking out that because really opens it up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. Nice. Oh, we getting deep on joke writing today.
We getting deep.
And if you guys want to take it deeper with Yoshi and I in a very comedic way, we do host the monthly Tight 5 Accelerator here. Very, very comedic joke writing, but every week you do get intimate coaching from Yoshi and I. We meet every week to give you feedback on your sets.
Why do you sound like you're doing the Quiet Storm?
The Quiet Storm.
The quiet joke storm with Yoshi and Joel. If you'd like a nice tight 5.
Oh, I was trying to do the sound effect.
Ooh.
There it is.
Ooh.
But yeah, I have put in the description and in the live chat here a link to where you can join our Type 5 Accelerator course that's starting right after this in like 30 minutes. So we do this every month to help comedians level up and create a tight 5-minute set in 4 weeks. So if that sounds helpful to you, click the link. So you're going to join us in like 30 minutes to get feedback on more jokes. Consensually. Yes. See, we got all off track there with these. You never know with comedians where they're going to take these jokes. So let's keep it rolling here. Let's try to get to as many as possible here. We have looks like Chris James here. Chris James coming in hot. I'd like to thank God for my sex life, but I can't because neither of those things exist. Yo. Where are we at, though? We still alive? Hello? Is everyone here? Are you there? Are we there? Is everyone okay? I think we're back.
Funny.
I think
I'm
Chris
back.
James just broke the internet.
I think he did. That was such a funny joke. That's pretty good. I enjoyed that one.
Yeah, I agree. I totally
That's all
agree.
there.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
all there.
yeah. Chris nailed that. What is that?
Nailed it.
Yeah, that's all there. I'm with it, Chris James. Nicely done. I love that. Okay, people are back. Oh, Chris said God smited us for that one.
Yes, he did. That was like that face. It's like Facebook going down after that whole report.
Yeah, right. Oh, the whistleblower comes out and they're like, we've already said too much. I don't want to crash again. I don't want Zucks to get us. But yeah, yeah, that's a fun joke.
Yeah, it's all there.
I'm with it.
All
Nicely done there, Chris. Thanks for sharing, buddy. Next up, let's see who we have here. Ooh, Garrett, is that correct? I just want to make sure I'm not skipping peeps. So many jokes. Oh, we got a lot of jokes here. All right, Mudit. We got Mudit next. I actually add to the diversity of spelling bees because I'm over twice the age of the rest of those Indian kids. I add to spelling bee diversity in years.
right. I like the premise.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, I think this just feels like too much explanation. So I feel like if you said, I actually add to the diversity of spelling bees, I'm 24. You know what I mean? Like that might even be the joke.
And we can misdirect the diversity. So what he was saying, he's not adding to racial diversity, he's adding to age diversity. What are other types of diversity
Yeah.
that you could maybe misdirect around, you know?
Yeah.
Add to the verse
Yeah.
of spelling
I mean,
bees. I think part of where this joke takes me out of it is that it's just obviously not true. You know what I mean? It's like I mean, I'm all for like absurdity and like I don't know, this one is just obviously not true. Like he's obviously not doing the spelling bee and things like that. So it kind of just takes me out of it altogether to where I'm like, even if the joke structure is there, I'm kind of like, I mean, not really though.
yeah.
Not to be bad cop,
Yeah.
but I'm just trying to think
Yeah.
realistically.
It's got to be based on some truth. It's got to be based on some truth. Yeah. It's a good point.
But if you were to add diversity, age, gender, race, intelligence level, like maybe he gets there as like his Make-A-Wish or something. Like the diversity
Yeah.
is that he's dumber than everyone else.
Yeah. If he said, I'm a 24-year-old Indian dad with hemorrhoids or something, that's definitely diverse. Like if he added to the pylon of the diversity, I'm a 24-year-old Indian blind kid, right? Like that's definitely diverse. Like, so to your point about diverse, what other ways are diverse and how can you make that more absurd than just the regular kids in the spelling bee?
Or diversity in like his investment portfolio or something like
Yeah.
that. So there's a misdirect there, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So that's been a common theme of today's feedback is like within your setups, what can you specifically flip? What can you misdirect? What specific element? Is a specific word? Is a specific person? Is a specific setting? What can you flip? What can you misdirect? And look for that in your setups. And if your setup doesn't have something like that, then add it. Find a way to add it, because that's going to help you find a punchline a lot easier too.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And basically, the easier your joke is to follow and understand, the easier it is for the audience to laugh at it, because they're not trying to think and decipher. Oh, kibble. Oh, kibble is dog food. Okay, specific. Let's get specifics. So they're just laughing and reacting and not trying to think.
Think about it. Yeah.
Nice. Cool.
Good job, Mudit.
I'm with it, Mudit. Yay. Coming up next, Garrett. I think we have Garrett here. Garrett does stand up. I saw an ad for 100% plant-based cigarette. It implies the existence of a meat-based cigarette. Can I bum a cig off you? Sure. Menthol and roast beef? Okay. Bring a new meaning to smoked meats.
I don't hate it.
I don't hate it either. That's fun.
Yeah. I mean, it's a little wordy, but I love the observational element of it. I think you can get a little personal with it if you said somebody else in your family smokes. If you don't smoke, or, I smoke and I saw an ad for 100%. I'm thinking about switching to 100% plant-based cigarette. It implies the existence of a meat-based cigarette. And then go through the scenario. But yeah, I like it. I feel like he added a lot of tags within the joke itself. So I like that.
Yeah, I'm with it. I think it's very silly. I think, just the wording, even if I think a lot of it will come in Garrett's delivery as well, of the conversation. But I saw an ad for 100% plant-based cigarette. If you're a smoker, this would also help. Kind of personalize it, because it could be because as a smoker, I was tired of all these meat-based cigarettes. So then you're personalizing it while also still expressing the joke as you wrote it, but just with a little more persona. Or it's that's why I never picked up smoking before, because of all the meat-based cigarettes, Yeah. Chris said, I wonder if menthol or roast beef might snap a little more.
Oh, and roast beef?
Menthol or roast beef. Maybe one or the other.
No, I like the menthol and roast beef.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, bring a new meaning to smoked meats, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's one of those things you just try on stage. And then, menthols are really the only different types of cigarettes that I know. So I know cigarettes, but I know the only types of cigarettes are lights and menthols, right? So
yeah, lights, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm trying to think if you could do a type of meat that is menthol and filet, but that doesn't hit as hard. Or menthol and
T-bone. T-bone hits.
T-bone hits, yeah.
Because that can be in,
cigarette.
But Garrett said, thanks for the feedback. So I think, Garrett got some good stuff in there. But I really like the premise. That's super funny and silly, and such a clever take on plant-based cigarettes. Oh, so there's meat-based cigarettes? That's just really funny. And maybe a wordplay is instead of meat-based, it could be my meat lovers cigarettes or something meat lovers pizza. I don't know. Just thinking of words. All right.
I like smoking. That's funny.
Yeah. Well done there, Garrett. Let's see if we can get to 2 more here, because I know we got to run. Michelle? The Washington Post said that bad diets kill more people around the world than smoking. So I started smoking my meats. There's a lot of parallel thought going on today. Something's in the air.
Something's in the air.
But yeah, For I see the misdirect here. You know, bad diets kill more people around the world than smoking, so I started smoking my meats. I think one, if bad diets kill more people than smoking, so I started smoking my meats. Okay, I was thinking more people around the world than smoking. I think meats. I think there's like, is there like a super unhealthy meat we could put there? Like, so I started smoking my bacon, or I want something that punches more than like just meats in general. My deep fried bacon
Oh,
or my fried
yeah.
food. Um,
Uh,
so showing like
sure.
belligerently that you're actually making like a less healthy decision just for the sake of the misdirect, you know?
Yeah, I started smoking my bacon bits.
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, I like just something more specific, Michelle. Something that has like a punch to it beyond just like my meats. But honestly, I like the direction of bad diets killing more people around the world, so you start smoking. You know, I almost feel like that line alone will get a laugh.
Yeah, it will. Like for some reason, when you said bacon, I thought about rolling a bacon and then lighting it on the end, almost like a joint.
Like you're smoking it, smoking
Yeah,
bacon.
like,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
or I mean, even I started rolling my own meats, something of that nature. There's something there, but I like it.
I do too.
Yeah,
Well
good
done.
job.
And two smoking meats and a smoking butts. You know, like cigarette butts and meat butts.
Yeah, my meat butts.
All right.
Ooh,
let's get let's get one more in here. And let's do Drew because Drew did guess Ron Funches when we did
nice.
the poll earlier. So Drew Beekler, he's headlining us here. You know you were a bad speller when you ask a teacher what language should you take, and they recommend the language you've already learned. Wait,
Yeah.
did I miss? You know you're a
No,
bad
no,
speller.
you read it. You read it correctly. It's worded a little badly, but I don't know if that was part of the joke. You know you're a bad speller when you ask a teacher what language. So I feel like teacher should just be like counselor. Like in my head, when you ask a counselor what language you should take, and they say English. Well, I already speak English exactly. Or you say that word like badly, or like you almost say it's almost like you say English badly, and they tell you that's why you need to take it. So I feel like there's a situational part to this, but I get the premise and I get the punchline. I just think it's badly worded.
Yeah, I think it's. Oh, that's. I was reading people's comments. A lot of people adding a lot of fun tags today. That's great. So,
Yeah,
for this one, I think one adjustment we can make off the rip is just change you to I. So anytime you can personalize a joke, it's going to be better. So you know you are a bad speller. It's going to be a lot more compelling if Drew says, I knew
yeah,
I was a bad speller when my
yeah,
teacher, like when I asked my teacher, just that little adjustment in tense can make all the difference in the world on how the joke is received by the audience. So that's just one thing off the rip. But then now it is like what language you should take, and they recommend a language you've already learned. Yeah, what is the language? Or maybe but she couldn't understand you because you don't know how to speak the language, or
yeah.
I don't know where the spelling. I think I'm struggling to connect spelling with learning a
Uh,
language.
yeah. Because spelling throws it off because it has nothing to do with spelling.
With like speaking and spelling, they're like different. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, you could just almost say, I know I'm bad at my language when I asked my teacher, what language should I take for college? And she recommended English. But yeah, there's something that I feel like you almost have to set that joke up where it is grammatically incorrect just so it hits. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, or it's spelling. Oh, I
Yeah,
hate that we're
spelling
ending on
overall.
this one. We were killing it, and then Drew throws in the curveball. And we're like, geez, bad at reading or bad at English. Victor said bad at English. Yeah, I think it's just the speller and language. They're like two different struggles. So it is like I knew I was bad at English when I asked my teacher what language I should take, and they said no comprendo. Change it to bad grammar, said Stanley.
Yeah, you're you're bad at grammar when you ask a teacher what language you should take.
But the honestly, the premise here is that you were bad at school. So
Hmm.
a good exercise for anyone that kind of has like a premise or an idea of like, oh, I was bad at school. Let me write a joke about being bad at school. Okay, what are all the different ways I was bad at school? And then pick a bunch of different of those examples to then go and write jokes about. So honestly, the overall premise is like Drew was bad at school. So this is just one example of that. So what are other ways you were bad at school that you can explore? You know, that may be a slight cop out just because speller and language, like there's like it's a disconnect here. You know, someone had like a sign language suggestion. Maybe it's like the language of sign language, you know, or yeah. Dang it, Drew. Drew's leaving a squirm in here. Bad at speaking, they recommended English, said Victor. Yeah. You know you're a bad speller when you ask your teacher what language you should take, and they recommend the language you've already learned. So they gave me thumbs up. Drew. Drew said you're welcome. Yeah. I knew I was bad at school. Yeah, the language and bad speller. Or the only thing I could think, and she said LOL. Like, so there's something to be involved in spelling there. So I knew I was a bad speller when I asked my teacher what language I should take, and she said LOL. Or
Yeah,
what language you should
yeah,
take, or what class you should take, and she said the fourth grade again, or what class you should take again, this one. Drew! Dang it! Dang it, Drew! We were doing so well! We were doing so well, Drew.
there's something here. Like, yeah, I do like that sign language thing. You know, you're bad at school when I asked the teacher what language I should take, and she recommended sign language because I can't hear anything or something, or like just some kind of misdirect around you being bad at school.
Yeah, and Michelle had a good misdirect that the spells are actually like Harry Potter spells. So when your teacher recommends retaking broom flying,
Yeah,
I'm with that.
yeah,
I
yeah.
like that.
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So yeah,
she recommended me go back to Hogwarts.
yeah. So there's a solid misdirect there. I'm with that. I like Michelle's. Yeah.
When all else fails, let's just Harry Potter the joke.
But the misdirect is with spells. You know, you're kind of
Oh, that.
remixing spell.
Oh yeah, that's funny.
But yeah. Drew. He still got some good feedback. Huh?
Yes, he got good feedback. I said we had such high expectations. We're like, all right, Drew, let's bring it home, Daddy.
He peaked at Ron Funches. Cool. I feel good about that, though. I think Drew got some good feedback there.
Oh, somebody said love language. That's funny.
Mm-hmm.
She asked what language I should take. How about gifts?
Oh, yeah, quality time.
I said quality time studying.
Words of affirmation.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's definitely this here.
Well, I think we rummaged through that as much as we can. You know, dang it, we've got to end there, Drew. Yoshi and I got to go. We got to go to the Type 5 Accelerator, man. We got to go jump in with the peeps.
Jumping in.
So we're going to land this plane, my friends. So we'll be back doing this live stream every Tuesday, but also every Tuesday we do the Type 5 Accelerator, where you get one-on-one coaching with Yoshi and I every single week, and so much more to help you with your joke writing and developing a tight 5-minute set. So I linked in the description of this where you can join, but honestly, you know, we're starting here in like 3 minutes. So what you got there, Yoshi? T5?
I was just doing.
Did we just rebrand it? Yo, y'all been in the T5? Y'all got the T5? I don't hate it. I don't hate it.
Accelerator.
The T5? The T5 Accelerator? It sounds like a Terminator 5. Awesome. Well, go forth with your days, my friends. We're going to get out of here. I think I heard an echo. Is that on me?
Yeah, it's on you.
That's on me?
Yeah.
Anyway. So we're going to land this plane, and we're going to turn up in the Type 5 Accelerator, and we will see y'all next Tuesday. If you want to join the Type 5 Accelerator, click the link in the description. See if it says sold out or not. We had like one spot left. Bow. And we'll see you next Tuesday, kiddos.
Bye.
Bye.